जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुना तीरवनचारी। यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुना तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम। जय जय राधे जय जय श्याम जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम। जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद। प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद। जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव जय श्रीला गुरुदेव। Jai Shri Shri Radha Kalachan Ji ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedant Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna everyone. Thank you so much for being here on a Sunday evening in front of Shri Shri Radha Kalachan Ji, Shri Shri Radha Govind, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, Chota Radha Kalachan Ji, Gaur Nitai and Srila Prabhupada. I take blessings from all my seniors and all of you that I can speak today that helps all of us advance in our spiritual lives. So this is the first Sunday after the month of Kartik. How many of us over here have come in Kartik and offered our lamps, ghee lamps to Kalachanji? All of us? Jai. How fortunate are we? And this month, Kartik just went by, is so potent. We have heard so many glories of the entire month and the most important pastime of Damodar Leela. We're all aware of this pastime. I'm just trying to understand who's probably here for the first time and who's very familiar faces. I already know. But anybody here coming for the first time today? Oh, Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for coming. So, yes, so if you all would have actually maybe, have heard of this pastime of Mother Yashoda binding Krishna, because our Krishna is very mischievous, extremely naughty. He does not like bland pastimes. Like, he does not like to just stand there and just play his flute and have, like a basic pastimes or life going on. He likes to have fun. He likes to have a lot of fun, a lot of drama. And we can see that in all of his pastimes. So we see these paintings in the room that we are sitting. There are so many pastimes. Only few are over here, but it is said that Krishna's pastimes are uncountable. Like the waves in the ocean, there are so many pastimes that we cannot even count. And while we are talking, those pastimes are taking place. They are eternal. It's not that once Mother Yashoda bound Krishna or once he was caught stealing butter. No, it's still happening. It is still happening as we speak. So that's the beauty of it. Whenever something we do in our mundane life, we can talk like something like your kid did. You can talk to your friends about it and laugh, share that laughter. But imagine telling that same person 10 times the same thing that your kid did. That person will probably block you or will be like, okay, come on, I know you love your child, but I've heard this many times. But when we talk about pastimes of Krishna, they are ever relishable. You can never get bored of them. You can never stop listening to those pastimes. You can never stop getting purified each time you hear Hari Katha. Each time you hear about Krishna, it is purifying your heart. Because there are so many, speaking for myself, lifetimes after lifetimes, there are so many sins that have been accumulated that it will take so much effort. But Prabhupada has, presented Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, where just reading and hearing about these pastimes, the purification has become enjoyable. Just you have to come here, be present, and listen about Krishna, talk about Krishna. And millions of your sins are just going away, just hearing about him. How beautiful is that? How merciful is Krishna? And so in month of Kartik, we took a lot of advantage hearing about Krishna, and the importance of just lighting one ghee lamp for Krishna can destroy so many sins. Just taking Charnamrit of Krishna can purify your heart, and so many things. Taking, bathing in Ganges, holy river. There are extremely so many things that have a lot of spiritual benefit. But do you think that just happens during Kartik? This offer is only available for a month? Is it? No. Krishna gives us this benefit. Krishna gives us this opportunity to connect with him, not just once a year, but each passing minute, each second. Krishna gives us that opportunity that we can connect with him. We can absorb our consciousness in him. But Kartik, or such special months, are attractive because Srila Prabhupada says, gives this amazing explanation to His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj in a letter, that just like some stores would have exclusive offer to attract new customers. The regular customers know the value of the amazing products the store is selling. But to attract new customers, the store will have exclusive offers. And that is what Kartik does. It attracts new people. That, hey, come here, you're going to get so much benefit. Why stay away from that? But the beauty is, once you engage in these spiritual activities, Krishna steals even your heart. He does not want you to stop doing those little offerings that you might have done in the month of Kartik or any time in your life. Even just once, you probably offered a flower to the Lord. He remembers it. Not like our mundane relationships where we do so much, we keep doing, we keep giving, and we still might feel there is no reciprocation that I was expecting in the relationship. And so, today we are going to talk about this, that how can we feel that each day is Kartik, each day is spiritually so potent, and how we can absorb our consciousness in Krishna. So I'm going to keep deep diving into the pastime, because I feel that we still have the lasting effect of this amazing pastime. So there are a lot of contradictions, spiritual, amazing, relishable contradictions in the Damodar Leela, in this pastime where Mother Yashoda bound Krishna in the rope of love. So we all know, just quickly browsing through it, that Krishna loves to eat butter, and he used to every day go and steal butter in all the neighboring houses. And one day Mother Yashoda was really fed up, and she said, no, I want to make special butter for Krishna, which is made out of the Padmagandha cows, which is extremely rare, which gives very flavorful milk. And she wanted to churn butter out of that, and wanted to make exclusively special butter for Krishna on the day of Diwali. That was the day where Damodar Leela took place and takes place always. And as we know that Krishna, while he was sitting in the lap of his mother, he considers his mother's lap his own property. That's the love of Krishna. He owns that. He owns his mother. He loves his mother so much that he wanted to increase the loving exchange that day. And she was sitting in the lap of Mother Yashoda, looking at her, and Mother Yashoda was feeding him. And there was so much love that was being passed on that now we know that the Padmagandha milk that was boiling on the stove, that distracted Mother Yashoda. And she kept Krishna away because she ran towards the kitchen, and this made Krishna angry. The ultimate person who talks about be peaceful, control your mind, is angry right now. So this is the first, let's say, the contradiction. But it is so relishable because Krishna only exhibits this in his personal relationships. The ultimate truth, Bhagavad Gita says Krishna is the absolute truth. That's the tattva, right? That's the essence. But he lies. He tells to Mother Yashoda, I did not steal butter. He tells to all the gopis, I am not the one who's stealing butter. Once an elderly gopi was so frustrated, she caught Krishna stealing butter and she grabbed his hand and stormed in Mother Yashoda's house. And she said, now your Lala, he's just stealing butter every day. I just cannot help it. And before entering the house, Krishna warned that, I'm warning you. Do not take me in front of my mother. You won't imagine what I will do. And she's like, what is this kid saying? Let me just take it in front of Mother Yashoda. And when he came, she was complaining to Mother Yashoda. And Mother Yashoda's like, where is my kid? Who are you talking about? And then that elderly gopi looks behind and she sees it's not Krishna, it's her own child standing with her. That's what Krishna did. And she's scared. She's like, no, I promise it was Krishna who was stealing butter in my house. I don't know how this is happening. And she's like, I think you've, just go home, relax. You've been complaining so much about my son that you're seeing him everywhere. And she's like, okay, let me just go. She steps out and Krishna turns back into his form. And he says, this time, I warned you. But next time, if you take me again, I will turn into your husband. So you'll be holding your husband's hand. And she's like, okay, I can't do anything about this. But Krishna, the absolute truth, is lying. What do we understand from this? This is very confidential. And that's why, we hear a lot of questions where people ask that, he's Krishna, he says speak truth, and he's lying, he's the absolute truth. He says do this, but he does the opposite. He even stands crooked. What is he doing that is as like simple, direct? But that's the reason to understand these kind of pastimes, it's firstly important to understand the tattva. Who is Krishna? Who is this Supreme Personality of Godhead? And that's why Srila Prabhupada gave all the pastimes that happened in Vrindavan or in Braj in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Before that, he was talking about what is this universe, what is, what is devotional service, what is pious activities, impious activities, the tattva of Krishna, and going deep into the incarnations of Krishna to show how great Supreme Personality of Godhead is. So first we build the awe and reverence. First we build the master and servant relationship. I mean, that relationship will always be there, but that's how we start. So we cannot jump into the pastime believing that, I can act like Mother Yashoda, I can be like the Brajvasis. But we surely keep hearing these pastimes to understand that Krishna is this person. He's a personality who exchanges this love with his devotees. So all the Brajvasis had amazing relationship with Krishna. They felt that each minute of the day, they're just thinking about Krishna. During the day, all the gopis are experiencing separation. They want to spend time with Krishna. They want to see him. During night, all the gopas are missing Krishna. All the cowherd boys and friends are missing Krishna because they spend time during the day. Each and every activity, each and every relationship in Vrindavan shows that there's an epitome of friendship, of love, of Vatsalya Prem. But we cannot imitate that. What do you think is my open question? So what do you think in all the pastimes or the relationship that the Brajvasis have with Krishna? What is that common string? What is that common feeling or theme attached? Just think about it. Yes, thank you for that. She's saying all the Vrindavan Vasis, they were not considering Krishna as God, like somebody like, like a moon in the sky. We just see and we are like, yeah, that's good. It's spotless, it's beautiful. We take a picture and great. But are we attached to the moon? Like we are attached to our child? No, not at all. We are attached to our partners, we are attached to people around us. They might be funny looking, even so, we are attached to them. The moon is spotless, beautiful. We're still not attached to the moon. I mean, we are talking about this moon that we want to be attached to, Kalachandji, but we're not attached to that moon. Why? Because we don't feel that moon is mine. Why am I attached to my relationships? Because it is mine. This is my child. This is my husband. This is my friend. All the Brajvasis thought of Krishna, believed as Krishna to be their own. He's my friend. When Krishna used to play with all the sakhas, all the friends, for example, they're playing a game, tug of war, and if whoever loses has to put the other team on their shoulder and walk around and play. So if Krishna used to lose, of course Krishna cannot lose. He's strength personified. That's one of the qualities of Bhagavan. Of the 6 opulences, strength is one of them. He has ultimate strength at all times and it never fades away. He's losing in tug of war. And now he's doing a tantrum. No, I was just having an itch, so I lost, so I'm not going to put you on my shoulder. I'm going away. I'm going home. And all the friends are just, like, hey, you cannot do this. You have to do that, Krishna. You have to put the other person on your shoulder. And they're just having fun in that. Imagine Nrsingadev. He's fear personified. And here Krishna is fearful, running away from Mother Yashoda, breathing like fastly, like he's scared. Tears are flowing from his eyes. And that's Nrsingadev, by the way. But that's the beauty. All his strength, all his opulences fades away when he enters Vrindavan. That's Yoga Maya, not Maya. So there's a difference. Vrindavan Vasis forget Krishna is God because they're under the influence of Yoga Maya, because they want to relish the relationship so much. But today people are forgetting God because they're under the influence of Maya, Maya Devi. And the garb of Maya, illusion, that I am the ultimate enjoyer, I am the ultimate provider for my family. We cannot even control our bowel system, our digestion. Something happens wrong, we cannot control anything, and we think we can control people outside of us, the world around us. We can't even do that. So this consciousness that Vrindavan Vasis have, that Krishna is mine, is what helps them remember Krishna at all times. Their mind is always absorbed in Krishna. But we cannot imitate that. So let me go one step back. What is the first thing that we can believe always? That I am Krishna's. I belong to Krishna. Because as sadhakas, when we practice sadhana bhakti, as sadhakas, as practicing devotees, we need to first believe that I belong to Krishna. I am part and parcel of Krishna. So there's one thing we say, being Krishna confident, is I can do everything if Krishna blesses me. I can do it. If Krishna is with me, I can do it. That's not arrogance. But only I can do it is arrogance. Only I can do this. No. I can do this because Krishna, I have faith in Krishna, and if he wants me to do it, if he desires, I can do it. So that's the first step that we need to take. That I belong to Krishna. And Krishna says that. Krishna says that all of you are my part and parcel. Mamaiva vamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. That all of you are my fragmental parts. So I'm not creating any theory over here. This is what Krishna is saying. Krishna has written that. Krishna has spoken that on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And he keeps saying in Bhagavad Gita that abandon everything, just surrender unto me. Fix your mind unto me, upon me. That means leave everything, leave your family, leave your job. Did Arjun do that? No, Krishna. So we might ask, okay, you are saying that Krishna says surrender everything and just surrender unto me, fixate your mind upon me. So I should leave everything that I'm doing? No, Krishna does not say leave your occupational duties to follow the Sanatan Dharma, to follow the bigger duty. No. Even Arjun had to fight. He wanted to take sannyas, he wanted to go away from the battlefield, and he wanted to just be like, okay, let me go ahead, let me just not fight with my grandfather, with Kauravas. I don't want to do that. But Krishna said, you have to fight. So what is the difference? How a mundane activity becomes spiritual activity? What did Arjun do? He was going to fight earlier as well, or maybe not. But now, after the talk with Krishna, he decided to fight. What was the difference? He was now fighting with the consciousness that I am doing this for Krishna, because Krishna has asked me to do it. So we don't have to leave our mundane activities, our relationships, or our occupational duties. In fact, we do them even more nicely when we become spiritually conscious. From a father, you can become a spiritual father. From a friend, you can be a spiritual friend. Like you can have spiritual relationships. You can preach people. So having the consciousness that Krishna, I'm doing this for Krishna. I'm working because whatever I'm doing, I want to use this in the service of Krishna. A part of this, I want to donate for Krishna. Or I want to buy nice stuff, nice things for the deities at my home, and I want to serve them. And when we start believing that I belong to Krishna, eventually, after years and years of practicing this devotion, the mood comes that Krishna belongs to me. That is where all the Brajvasis are. That they are at a stage where they cannot live without Krishna. It always aches to even speak about this pastime where Akrur comes from Mathura to take Krishna Balram away from Vrindavan. There was a friend of Krishna's who brought kheer for Krishna while Krishna was about to leave. And he said, Krishna, I got this sweet rice for you. So would you like to have it? And Krishna says that, yeah, I have to leave right now. I'm so sorry, but I have to leave. But I'll be back and I will eat that. And he said, okay, no problem. I'll wait for you over here. He said, no, I mean, it might take a few days for me to come back. He said, it's okay, no problem. What do I have to do? I'm here, I'm waiting for you. And Krishna is like, okay, it might take much more time than that. It might take a few months or maybe a year. He's like, Krishna, I don't mind waiting for you. Krishna couldn't say that I may never come back. And that devotee, I'm forgetting the name of, like there's a deity or like some temple of that friend over there. There's some name, but he ends up waiting there for Krishna, and Krishna doesn't come back. Akrur was the one who came to take Krishna and Balram to Mathura, but I'm talking about a friend of Krishna's, a cowherd boy. Was it Sudama? Oh, okay. Thank you. So as we have Prabhuji saying, it was Sudama. But the point being that for us, if you're offering something to Krishna, let's say sweet rice or pizza or gulab jamun that I like, okay, 5 minutes, enough, let me just take it back. I'm so hungry. I want to enjoy that. That's the kind of consciousness that I have, or we have at that time. And especially we offer things that we like to eat. So today I want to offer pizza to Krishna. Today I want to offer some spicy noodles to Krishna, or things that I like to eat. But we are still at it's still better than not doing anything that is connecting with Krishna. But we must remember that we always have to eventually go deeper in our relationship with Krishna. That we are not thinking about our taste. We're not thinking just about our taste or just about what I like to do, but we're thinking what makes Krishna happy. Just like when you're cooking for your kids, some of you have kids or would know a small child in your family. Would you cook something? Would you give them something that you like to eat? It might be spicy. It might be something that the kid doesn't enjoy. The kid will not eat that. So will you keep cooking? By the time, no, I think he'll adapt to the taste. No. As a mother, she's always conscious of the needs of her child. As a father, the father is always conscious of the need of his child. They know that what is good for my child, what can help her, what can help him. But the attachment is so strong there. Why? Because the mother knows, the father knows that without me, the child won't be able to take care of himself or herself. That's what Mother Yashoda thinks. That if I don't take care of my little Krishna, who will take care of him? And so whenever there is any pastime where, you remember that pastime where Krishna shows the entire universe in his mouth? It happens at Brahmanda Ghat in Vraj. And Mother Yashoda sees it and she almost goes unconscious. And she says, maybe somebody's done black magic on my son. Every time there is something where Krishna is drinking fire out of a demon, out of a cave, or he's killing some demon, Mother Yashoda prays to Narayan, please protect my child. And she knows nothing can be done without me. Like, without me, nobody can take care of Krishna. That is the relationship that Mother Yashoda has, which means she's always absorbed in Krishna. For us, like I said, we don't have to imitate that, but by hearing this, when we keep hearing this pastime, it really helps us to have a desire that one day we can deepen our relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because He's waiting to reciprocate with you. When you take one step towards Krishna, He will take thousands of steps towards you. Just one step you take. Even if somebody says the name of Krishna mistakenly, by error or jokingly, without any intention of calling out to Krishna, Krishna listens, comes running. That's what in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Ajamil did. At the time of his death, he called out to his son Narayan when he saw all the Yamadutas appearing. He was scared. Yamadutas are not beautiful looking. They are a little scary. They're death personified. Of course, so he was scared. And out of fear, because he was attached to his 10th son, Narayan, he called out to him. And guess who came? Vishnu Dutas. Either, if you remember Krishna, either Krishna will come running to you or he will send his devotee to you. So first thing to remember is I belong to Krishna and Krishna belongs to me. That will come eventually. When we deepen, that comes, Krishna belongs to me. But second thing, how can we always remember Krishna? When we see him around us. How do we do that? Like I said, Krishna will come to you when you remember him, just like that. Or he will send his devotee to you, or his holy name. So always be in a receiving mood. Always be a recipient of mercy. Mercy is all around you. Sometimes we are so negligible towards it. We do aparadh, offenses, that we cannot see mercy. But mercy is there around you. So it's very important, especially when we are meeting devotees or any living entity, to see Krishna within them. It's very important. Because Krishna gets pleased more when you serve his dear devotees. That's the quickest way you can reach out to Krishna. Just like if you want to impress a nice businessman or a nice adult, like a friend or somebody, you say, right, you impress their dog and then you get their attention. Or you impress their kid, you do something nice for their child and you get their attention. So Krishna is everybody's father. Everybody belongs to Krishna. So you serve the devotees around you. And that's the fast track towards connecting to the Lord. Krishna says himself, and if anybody tries to reach out to me or serve me directly, that person is not my devotee. But somebody who reaches out to my devotee, to the servant of my servant, is my devotee. Krishna says that. So we, each and every person sitting here, each and every soul around us can remind of Krishna if we come in that consciousness. Not just each and every person. In the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying so many things. I am the taste of water. I am the fragrance of earth. I am the smell of rose. Now understand, these are not mere words, Krishna is saying. What is the main element of a rose or a flower? What is the essence of a flower? It's fragrance. What is the essence of water? It quenches your thirst, right? What if you take that element out? You smell a flower and there is no smell. It's useless. I am the heat of the in the fire. Imagine you are trying to burn something, there's no heat, no light coming out of it. Will you call it fire? No. The point being, Krishna is the cause and essence of everything. Cause. Everything, he's the source of everything. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. He's the cause of all causes. You see nice trees outside? How does a tree become one? Through the seed. Where is that seed coming from? Where is the soil coming from? Where is the sun rays coming from? From Krishna. Everything has a cause behind it. And the ultimate cause is Krishna. And the effect of everything is Krishna. So, before becoming God conscious, Krishna conscious, we need to become conscious. We need to be present in the moment. That's how we can connect the link, right, between what is around us to the Supreme Lord. So we have to transcend from matter to spirit. Right now, like, we don't sit even a minute in silence. Even maybe while class is happening, we might see there's no message on my home screen, but I will still open my phone and I will see, okay, if somebody has pinged me, right? Earlier, at least a few years ago, people used to enjoy getting bored. People used to have time to reflect, to introspect. But now, the buffer time or whatever in between time we have, in between the tasks, we fill that with, okay, I want to listen to a podcast right now. I want to just, go through the reels, Instagram, YouTube, shorts. And all those reels are going from 10-minute videos to we can't even watch a 2-minute video now. It has to be 1 minute, 30 seconds. Quick. Double tap, quick, next, share with your friends. Because it's playing with your mind. It gives you an illusion that you're becoming happy by doing this. Because you're gratifying your senses. You need to order something, quickly open DoorDash, you have food coming in 30 minutes, 20 minutes, I don't know, but whatever time. But instant gratification. How much more instant we want? We're living in a instant life, Instagram life. That's what's happening. And so we don't get time to pause and reflect. So let's first become conscious and be here and now in the present. What am I feeling? What makes me happy? And when you start thinking what makes me happy, you will realize that most of the things that we do that we thought would make me happy, is not actually the process that's probably making me really happy or satisfied. It's not. Everything is changing around us. Our bodies are changing. There's a verse in Bhagavad Gita, Dehino asmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptir dhiras tatra na muhyate. You see, the age span a living entity goes through from infant, boyhood, youth, old age, death. It's changing. You're all not the same looking people that you were even 2 years ago, 10 years ago, what to say 50 years, 20 years ago, 10 years ago. But you are still the same, right? Inside you. There's a soul within you that is watching all these changes. And so, what's your real identity? That body or the soul? The spirit, the soul. Because the body is constantly changing. Even the body is not going to go with you at the time of death. Even this body that has been there since childhood will leave us at the time of death. So a sane person can introspect into all of this and realize that, okay, I really need to know who I am, because everybody is doing the same thing, running around, paying bills, and having broken relationships, going through trauma, growing up to be disturbed individuals, still trying to figure out who am I, and not being able to do till the last breath. But we have that opportunity, because I believe all of us are here for that reason, because you have introspected on that. You are here sitting in front of Kalachandji because he brought you here. And so how can we even be more absorbed when we see that even in our miseries is a hand of Krishna? If we were happy, you think we would ever think of Krishna? We would ever think of God? The demigods don't think about God that much. They're busy enjoying with all the amazing facilities that are going to max out soon, whenever, they will. There's so much pleasure that they cannot think of God. But in hellish planets, there's so much misery that they also cannot think of God. Because when you don't have even base, you're always going through difficult situations like hellish planets. We cannot even describe what they go through. But it's so bad, it's so miserable that even then we cannot think of Krishna. But this Bhuloka, this human platform, this human life that we have, has enough miseries and enough pleasures for us to always be humble and always be grateful. And that makes us real. It's so much misery that sometimes it really humbles us. It brings modesty. But there's enough pleasure that we can be like, okay, I'm happy also. But it's fluctuating. And that is why this human form of life is the best, where you can ask these questions of how to be more connected to God. And why do I want to be connected to God? We are talking about how to be Krishna conscious, God conscious, but why? Why do we need to do that? Because people say, or Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita, but why do we need to do it? Why do you, okay, this is an individual question. Why do you want to become God conscious? Why are you here sitting right now, and why do you want to become Krishna conscious? Why? Yes, that's the simple reason. If you come down to one answer, people will say a lot of things like, I want to feel somewhere I belong. That's when somebody used to ask me why in beginning, I used to say, it gives me a sense of belongingness. Because if what you feel where you belong keeps changing, the groups keep changing, states keep changing, your sense of belongingness is changing every time. So how will you feel that peace and calm? So everything boils down to one thing, that I want to be happy. And there's nothing wrong with that, because our soul's nature is to be happy. Satchidanand Vigraha. Krishna is Satchidanand, but part and parcel of Krishna also has that quality, minutely, but has that quality of being blissful, of being in bliss, Anand. And that is why we are dissatisfied in the material world, because we are not getting Anand, we are not getting bliss. What we call happiness is just absence of misery. That's funny, right? I don't have a problem right now, so I'm happy. But that's not it. That's not real happiness. It's like my head is inside the water the whole time and I'm struggling. But just for 10 seconds, I get the golden opportunity to bring my head out of the water and I feel, wow, my life is successful. That's what we are saying. That's what we are doing. That happiness, fleeting moments of happiness, makes us feel, oh yeah, this is it. It can't get better than this. But no, it can. There is a world beyond this, spiritual world, where there's no misery, there's only love, there's just happiness. But the beautiful thing is, you don't have to wait to experience that until you get there. You can be in that consciousness even when you are in this material world. By re-establishing that relationship with Krishna, because he's already there in your heart. The world inside you, Krishna says, I am situated within you. He even tells the place where he's situated, not here. Where is he situated? In the hand? In the head? In the heart. Heart is very special, right? So all the first cantos, all the initial cantos of Bhagavatam, or all the philosophies around us talks about the theory, the philosophy. So it's nice to know a lot of information until it really touches your heart when you hear the pastimes of Krishna. Not only it touches your heart, it melts your heart, it transforms your heart. So when you hear all the philosophy that Krishna is fear personified, Nrsimhadev, and suddenly in 10th canto you see he's running away from Mother Yashoda, he's scared. Now, when you read that, after you have heard how magnanimous, how great Krishna is, how when you read the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the universal form, or when you read all the amazing pastimes, he comes like that. You know the pastime where the Gajendra pastime? I'll be quick because we are almost close to time. Gajendra Moksha, the elephant who gets his leg stuck in a crocodile. He remembers Krishna. He has a lotus flower. He remembers Vishnu. Who's the carrier of Vishnu? And so what happens? Krishna usually wears his padukas, his Vishnu wears his slippers. He's getting ready. Usually whenever somebody remembers, he will come in his, Vishnu is in the, like how you are in office, right? Proper tie, shirt, like that, office laptop bag. So he gets ready. But that pastime, Gajendra remembered Vishnu. He did not even wear this vastra, this garment on his shoulder, didn't wear his padukas, came running even before Garuda. He didn't even wait for Garuda to hop on Garuda. He came before Garuda. That is how instantly, just 1 minute you remember Krishna, just that very second, he comes running to you. What more proof do you want? That's why Bhagavatam is not full of imaginary stories, but they are proofs. They are real life stories, real incidents that are written there so that our relationship with Krishna can feel more real. It can touch your heart. And so he comes running whenever you remember him. Okay, so we can pause here for any reflections, any questions, and any comments anybody would like to ask or share. Please go ahead. Hare Krishna.
So I have a question. While everybody else is waiting and thinking, you were talking a lot about reflection and taking the time and pausing in life, because we have our phones and so many distractions and so many things going on. So can you, any tips, tricks, any ideas how we can take that time to pause when we have those moments to actually, instead of going to our phone, maybe we think about Krishna, or maybe we reflect on something we've heard throughout the day that will help benefit us instead of going straight to our phones?
Yeah. Thank you so much for that question. So that's what we call like social media detox, phone detox, mental detox. That firstly we have to push ourselves consciously of leaving something that is not helping me get closer to God. So each moment you can ask this question: what I am about to do, will this help me go closer to Krishna or away from Krishna? And you will see how amazingly even that one activity will become Krishna conscious. Just let's say, okay, do I want to have another slice of pizza? No, I think I want to sleep early tonight. If I overeat, I won't be able to sleep. I won't be able to wake up early. Done. You've done one service to Krishna. Just by making that decision, I don't want to eat more. So when you're always being distracted, we have to firstly be conscious of the distractions around us. And when we are conscious of things, what we are doing, that's why I said before becoming God conscious, let's become, tangibly conscious. Just become conscious of things around you. Anything that's a distraction, it's time to put that away for a few minutes. Set a timer for yourself that this much time I want to set aside each day for my reflection. And I would say chanting is a real life it's real experience with Krishna, the holy name. Because Krishna himself says, in Kali Yuga, I come as the holy name. So reflections, many ways, staying away from what's not helping me get closer to Krishna, doing a detox each day, and probably once a week, some more time, that one day, this one whole day, I want to just stay away from things that are distracting me. So you build the mental strength. Like you go to the gym, you don't go first day and you start doing heavy weightlifting. You don't go first day and you do 50 burpees. If you do, next day you're not going to go to the gym, right? So the point being that start small. Maybe if you know, first identify how much time am I giving to my phone each day. It's funny what the studies say. I don't know the exact stats, but each day we're giving more than 7-8 hours to our phone. 6-7 hours. Imagine and sometimes just doing not even work, just mindless scrolling. So we don't want to go in that comfort zone where the soul is absolutely uncomfortable. The mind is just being busy. It's just in a state of like something happening, but it's not good. It's like I'm eating constantly and it's not giving me nutritional value. So your mind is constantly eating, which means your mind is constantly consuming things, and that's affecting your consciousness. So let's be aware what is affecting my consciousness. What am I eating? What am I feeding my mind? And so that way we can be more reflective towards where we are investing most of our time. Can I start by if I'm giving no time to my spiritual activity, can I start with 15 minutes? Just 15 minutes. And then can I increase it to 30 minutes, to 45 minutes? You know why? Because this detox, I'm so glad you asked that question, Prabhuji. I will not go on and on. I will try to be short about this. But I hope you're able to relate to this point I'm going to make, that with social media or with the phone, what's funny is the content that you keep seeing, each day you want a better content. You want something more engaging. And it comes to a point where it becomes addiction, because less than that engagement is not satisfying your mind. Isn't it? So if I have a habit of doing 30 minutes Instagram or 1 hour, I'm saying very less time, I know that, because we give more time than that. But if I give, let's say, 30 minutes, the next day if I don't give 30 minutes, I'm not feeling satisfied today. My sadhana of Instagram is adhura, was not up to the mark. So my Instagram sadhana, my YouTube sadhana is much more going stronger than my actual japa. So, but that's why it becomes the new normal. Imagine somebody is so hungry, hasn't seen food in so many days, will see a bowl of rice. He will be excited, right? But if every day I'm getting pizzas, Italian, Mexican, with plain boiled rice, will I get excited? No. But if somebody who's been devoid of it will suddenly feel, oh wow, this will help me. You see? So with social media or with phones, that's what happens. We want exciting stuff. Each time we want something more to give a kick, to give a rush to us. And so let's be more mindful of how we can give more constructive time, to more constructive attention to our our consciousness. Each minute, what are we feeding to our consciousness? That's something we can take care of. I hope I was able to help with that. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. How do I deal with Maya? When at the time of chanting, how much ever... are you able to hear me?
Yes, now I can hear.
How do I deal with Maya at the time of chanting? Even after keeping my most of the entertaining stuff like phone, TV aside, but still there are some things going in my mind that keeps remembering about my past and all.
Thank you so much for that question. I think we're all at different levels trying to deal with that part in our lives, because chanting is it's very difficult to calm your mind, especially when you're chanting. So I would say what I've seen my seniors do, and what we can try is that do not have your phone near you when you're chanting, because if it's in front of you, we are going to open it, we are going to double tap it, see, okay, what's the time, and then one notification. And even if we just see one message, we put it down, it's still running in the mind. So let's try not to have any gadgets around us when we are chanting. And what helps best is when you're chanting early morning, because when you wake up, your consciousness, your mind is extremely, it's very fresh. It hasn't gone through any arguments through the day, no deadlines, no stress, nothing. So early morning chanting, first of all, your mind is fresh, and also Krishna says that personally that is the mode of goodness time. Like even our days can be, our time of the day can be classified into different modes, mode of goodness, passion and ignorance. So early morning is a mode of goodness where it attracts you more to do things that are helpful in your growth spiritually, or anything you do, but it really helps when you're doing it early morning. So one thing is that, but secondly, thoughts are going to come, because we have like 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts in one day. Every single day we have 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts on average. So even when you're chanting, those thoughts are going to come. Instead of repelling them or trying to shush them away, maybe what helps is when we can tell ourselves, okay, I will deal with this, but later. I will deal with it. Just like a baby will keep poking you, will call out to the mother until it gets the attention. If you keep ignoring, the baby's gonna come back. But you say, okay, just take this, I will come back to you. So you have to engage the mind at that time. Maybe you say, I will handle it, but right after, like half an hour, 1 hour, I will deal with it. So maybe something like that, you can have that self-talk with you. And if something from the past is coming, chanting is going to give you that energy, the strength basically, to deal with whatever has been there in your past, and also gives you the knowledge that you cannot change it. You cannot change the past, even if it's filled with, let's say, some regrets or guilt that we have. We carry that, but we cannot change that. And give yourself enough credit that yes, today you're chanting because you have allowed yourself to become closer to Krishna. So Krishna accepts you. Krishna doesn't judge. Who are you to judge yourself? If some guilt is going on, something is there. Krishna is extremely forgiving. So yeah, maybe in that mind, I heard somebody say once that, for example, if you're chanting for 2 hours, for that 2 hours, become a sannyasi. What it really means is, internally, just try to be very detached. In that, at least those 2 hours or that half an hour, go in that mode that right now I want to be completely detached. Unless obviously there's some emergency. But we can try to build that strength. And you can do it. Krishna has given you that quality, that strength, you can do it. And the best thing, keep an image of Krishna in front of you. You can chant in front of Tulsi plant. You can chant in front of Krishna. You can have a picture of Krishna in front of you. And you can meditate on any pastime of the Lord that is favorite, that is close to your heart. And you can try and do that. And when you're chanting, you can do you can be audible enough that your ears are following it. So when you're chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that way Srila Prabhupada says, hear the mantra that you're chanting. You speak, you hear. And that's why the mind will come back. It will come back. Even if it's going somewhere, it will. It takes years and years of practice, but you'll get there. Like all of us, we'll also get there someday. You'll get there. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anant Koti Vaishnav Bhakt Vrind ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Let's give